What's up, Highway for Health followers and Defy Nation? Well, I am going to be doing 2 days in one video because we did not have internet access yesterday. Do not have it today. Was absolutely just exhausted yesterday and am exhausted today, but I don't want to get too far behind. So I apologize for the non-update yesterday, but I'm going to try and cover everything today. So yesterday was 104.96 miles. That went from Gallup, New Mexico to a place called Holbrook, Arizona. Lots of hard miles, interstate miles. Went through the National Petrified Wood National Forest, or I guess Petrified Wood Natural Forest, not natural. Whatever, you guys get it. Saw the Painted Desert, saw amazing canyons, got to a point where I did a 6,000 foot ascent where you saw these huge mountains become these tiny little peaks as you look down on them, which is kind of surreal. The highest point yesterday, I do believe, was right around 6,600 feet. You know, the wind played a part again, but really yesterday it was about the climbing of the mountains, just straight ascents. And I mean ascents that are short, and that's, again, I think I had mentioned in one of my previous videos, the difference between East Coast and West Coast. East Coast just very steep but long and drawn out. Here it's very like boop, and then we kind of live off and then boop, you know, right back up again. And so just a lot of just mountains, mountains. So left this morning. We are in a place called, and I have to get the name off of the receipt where we're at because it is called Belmont, Arizona. Now apparently, you might have heard of the Continental Divide, which we passed Continental Divide quite a long ago, but the Arizona Divide. So tonight we are somewhere around 7,300 feet in ascension. Not a fun way to end the day. Altogether we're looking at 107.19 miles. Interstate miles today is a big story. A lot of interstate miles. A couple of close calls. One that was a little bit too close. We were going straight on 40, exit ramp going this way, so we were going straight. There's typically that little like V shaded area kind of a thing going on. Well, we went straight. In that, there was a tractor trailer that I swear he was within a foot. The amount of wind, the amount of noise, the amount of vibration, the amount of he almost hit me, and there's no doubt about that. And there were numerous incidences today where my strength is diminishing. My neck muscles went into muscle failure today. Took about 45 minutes for them to come actually back to the point where I could raise my neck. I can raise my neck now, obviously. I was having a very difficult time keeping the bike upright. We faced winds today, minimum of 25 miles an hour. Went up in excess of 40 miles an hour. Now, you take those headwinds and those crosswinds at that type of mile per hour edge, I don't know how you say that correctly, and then you have this wake wind of these trucks that are on a 75 mile an hour interstate. I believe that they're going more than that, but say that it's 75 miles an hour. I started to get very lightheaded, was fighting at 3-4 miles an hour just to keep the bike upright. Violent shifts left and right. Not going to really talk about the other close calls. You kind of get the story. Really don't want to think about it anymore. Got into Flagstaff and said, hey, what can we do? Is there anything left in the gas tank? What's funny is when we were coming into Flagstaff, you take 180 to Santa Fe Boulevard, which is also 89. And I was pointed down, and the wind was coming up, and I was cranking as hard as I could. And I know you guys have heard me say this before. Cranking as hard as I could, 3-4 miles an hour. And I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on here? It is very evident that my legs are burned at this point. The roads in Arizona are just terrible. Worst roads that we have seen. Yesterday started off with just huge slabs of just asphalt or blacktop, just over these cracks, and then you get to a point where it looks like it's smooth, and there's some sort of this graded surface going on. I don't even know what it is, but it's like you look like it's smooth, and then all of a sudden you're like, and you're going back and forth, and you're going all around, and then cattle grates. That's a whole nother story. If y'all know what cattle grates are, right? Today was the same thing, just a lot of extremely rough roads. At this point, I've had to back-to-back over 100 days. Honestly, unless there's a need for it at this point, I really don't know if I have it in me. We're less than 500 miles from Los Angeles at this point. Everything hurts, and I don't know how to put that into a description. I mean, from my joints, my joints, my hips, my knees, my fingers, I don't know if that's from the jarring, I don't know if that's from the wind, I don't know what that is from. I got windburn on a large majority of what it seems like everywhere that was exposed. Blood blisters are starting to show up around the feet and toe area. I feel like this is the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? We're so close now. And do I need a rest day? Yes, I absolutely need a rest day. Am I going to take one? No, because I want this over with. And I know that sounds terrible, but I just want to go home. I want to have a nice Cabernet Franc, and I want to have a really big bag of Skinny Pop, and I want to binge watch My Name is Earl on Netflix. And unless you have done this route, you cannot say that you understand. You cannot say that I've been there. You cannot say just the interstate alone. And we have sheer mountains in front of us. This isn't, hey, there's some flat, there's some this. I'm going to post some pictures, hopefully on Facebook if I can get internet access tomorrow. These mountains are, you swear you're in the Rockies. If you were to ask me today where I was, I would have told you Colorado. Lush, northern Arizona, not necessarily dry, picky desert, pine trees and just foresty, lush green, and mountains that look like the Rockies. I mean, it is what it is, and there are so many times that you feel like you want to give up, and that's the truth, and everything hurts. And with it being so cold, it's so cold tonight, we are going to go down to 28 degrees. We're not going to get above 40 tomorrow until around 11. Just the coldness, every bump, every sting is so much, it's amplified. I just want to see the California line at this point. I'm so done with 40. I wish I didn't have to get on it again, and I do. And these truckers are the headwind itself. I'm gonna try and get some sleep, and I guess there's a reason why so many people do not see the California line. I don't know if Arizona is the last kind of kick in the teeth per se, but I'm being honest with you guys, and this is what it is. And and I miss everybody. And is it November 6th yet? Anyway, motivated, dedicated, and highly recommended. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye bye.